up? What's up? What's up with it? I'm looking hecka oily. Um, just tapping in today. I just came back from a performance that the group that are performing Soul Development. We had a performance alongside an organization that we work with called BE-IMAGINATIVE. And so I'm just getting back from that. It was a really nice event. We had pupusas, fresh pupusas that were made over a wood fire, and the food was bomb. So it was a restaurant in Oakland called Popoca, Popoca. The food was delicious, and so we did have food. We were there to celebrate a book um, uh, by Prentice. I forget Prentice's last name. Let me look. Let me get the book. So this book is talking about the Embodiment Institute, and it's called What It Takes to Heal by Prentice Hemphill. Um, and Prentice's work is just really amazing, and I'm just honored that I was able to um, provide, that we were able to provide some healing music in celebration of them. And so yeah, so that's what I just came back from, and now I'm home, and really just wanted to talk about accountability in healing, and how I feel as if it's literally impossible to heal without accountability. There are things that we have to be accountable for when it comes to our personal healing journeys, that if you don't want to be accountable, then you're going to have a really hard time healing past um, some of the things that might be deeply rooted. And I think accountability is an opportunity for us to um, really just look uh, deep within and see where, some of the mistakes that we are making are coming from, and see why we are the way that we are, and where the behaviors come from, and then also how to just how to fix them. And I think that accountability, when you are being held accountable for things that you do, I think that it should always be in love. I think that people that love and care about you will hold you accountable in a way that does not make you feel less than. It will help you to feel empowered, and it'll help you feel as if, like, I can change. I can change. And change doesn't happen right away. Change is never like a instant thing. But over time, if you are self-aware, and your friends or your loved ones hold you accountable in love, you can take your time to really just see how you may be offending someone, how you may be harming someone, how you may be crossing boundaries. And I think that in my own personal journey, I realized how that has taken time, because a lot of times I'll do something and I have no idea that I'm even doing it, because it's just something that I've been doing. I've been doing it for years. I've been maybe like talking over someone for years. So it's really, um, it's like second nature to me, and I don't even realize it until someone says, like, "Oh yeah, hey sis, like you over talked me, like you kept talking over me, and I really didn't appreciate that." And I may talk over someone maybe like four more times, and then the fourth time maybe it'll finally click, and I'll be like, damn, I was doing that. And even when that person says it, I may be like offended by them trying to hold me accountable. And I may be like I wasn't talking over them. I wasn't over talking them. And then like I'll do it again. And then when I'm doing it and in the moment, then I'll start to realize, but it takes time. It takes time for us to see ourselves. Most times people see our flaws before we see our flaws, because they're on the outside looking in. And like I said, when you have a routine and you are a certain way and you do these things every day, you've been doing these things for years. You've been talking over people for years. And um you really don't realize exactly how you are. You don't realize the habits that you've picked up, and like just certain things that you've kind of like grabbed along the way of like becoming you. And so, I really think when people are able to hold you accountable in love, it gives you the space and time to really examine, like, hey, you know what? Maybe I did do that. Maybe I did talk to them. And like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, and it takes you experiencing it, and then you being able to catch it. And then what happens is that you might do it, and then like say the first couple times you do it, and then you realize it like maybe like a day later, right? And then you'll do it again, and then that next time you'll recognize it right then and there, and then you'll be able to apologize, like right then and there you'll be able to apologize to the person and be like, you know what, I overstepped, I was talking over you, I'm sorry, I'm working on that, I'm working on becoming better with that. And so, um I really feel like a lot of my healing journey has looked like me um being quicker with my responses, and me being quicker with how I correct my behavior. And I feel like before it would take me days. It would take me days to process stuff, and it would take me days to figure out that, like, oh, I actually was rude to them, or I actually did say something that was like out of line. And I think the wiser I get, the excuse me. I need to go to bed on time tonight. Um, the wiser I get, the older I get, the more um spaces I'm in that allow me to heal, the quicker I'm getting with my responses, the quicker I'm getting with my apologies, the quicker I'm getting with correcting some ways, some of the flaws that I have, that 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 I want to fix, that I just want to be better for people that I care about, because a lot of times we can care about people and have no idea that we're actually harming the people that we love and say we care about. And so, better and do better when you're around them, and don't use them as somebody to vent on and take things out on. Which is what happens oftentimes. Oftentimes, the people that we care about the most are the people that get the most like hurt and trauma, when we are on our healing journey. And even if we're not, the people that we care about are the people that experience all of that hatred and hurtness. Hurtness ain't a word, but they experience all the hurt firsthand. And so I think that, when you really care about people, when you really care about yourself, and you want to do better for yourself, and you want to do better for your community, the accountability is something that is necessary. It's absolutely necessary, and it's literally, um, it is it's the only way to do healing work, is to be accountable for your actions, and to be accountable for other people's actions and how other people treat you. You have to be accountable for that as well. You can't allow people to disrespect you. You have to make sure that you have boundaries. And I think that's one of the things that I struggle with the most, is having boundaries. And I don't have to say, like, hey, you're crossing a boundary. Hey, you're doing this. Hey, you're doing that. But what I will do is remove myself from a situation that I know is crossing a boundary that I have, and know that it's not the way that I want to live my life. It's not the way that I want to operate. So I know how to remove myself from situations. And sometimes, yes, I do have to communicate, like, hey, don't talk to me this way. I don't like it when people talk to me this way, and you will not talk to me this way. Or whatever the boundary is. I think I've gotten better with saying it, but I really had a hard time telling people, because I felt like the way I say stuff sometimes is really blunt, and a lot of people, um I'm a Leo, so I I can say stuff in a way that comes off like rude or really blunt, and like people don't like it. And so, I sometimes will be afraid to say and like correct people or like tell people because I didn't want to get in an argument. And I had to learn how to say it in a loving, educated, calm, well thought out way. I would have to think about it. Sometimes I would have to talk about it. And sometimes I would have to go to my friends and say, like, sis, how, like, this is how I'm feeling in this situation. How do you think I should say, or what do you think I should say? Because I really feel like they're crossing a boundary, and I really feel like, whatever, however I felt, I would have to, figure out how to say that. And I think that my friends really helped me to gather language around how to create boundaries. And I think the language alone allows me to take the emotion out of it and it not be an emotion filled situation, and it just be a matter of fact, like, this is my boundary, this is what I am, how I'm choosing to live my life. You don't have to live your life this way, but I do want you to know that um I will not allow anything less when it comes to me and the way that I want to be handled. And um, accountability around my boundaries with other people is self respect, is really me having respect for myself. And if I don't have respect for myself, how can I heal? How can I say that I'm on a healing journey and I'm literally allowing myself to be disrespected on a daily basis or however often? Um, and so that to me was one of the hardest things that I've, and it's something, it probably was one of the last things that I kind of developed in my healing journey. And, at the end of the day, I always say that it's, healing is, there's no like healed, it's, we're always healing. We're always going to be going through things. There are things that are always going to be happening in life that we have to heal from because that's just what life is. But that is one of the things that has, it's been like the last piece to that puzzle is me learning how to talk to people in a way that I communicate exactly how I want to be treated, and I'm able to say it without getting emotional and without dreading it. Because what I would also do is I would take hella long to say it, and it would be like a whole year or something later. And now I'm finally saying, well, I didn't like the way you talked to me when we had this conversation way back last year. And it's like they don't even remember what you're talking about anymore. And so I had to get better with saying it right away. As soon as something made me feel some type of way, I had to learn how to just say it. Sometimes I'll take a day or so to talk to somebody, consult with somebody, and calm myself down and figure out how to say it, and how to say it in a way that's not offensive to them, and also say it in a way to where it's not, I'm not just reacting and saying it out of emotions. But yeah, me being accountable for my own boundaries was really hard. And I think that it can be really hard for a lot of people, especially if you're a people pleaser and just always want to people please and don't want anyone to be upset or don't want anyone to be mad about you telling them something that they didn't want to hear or something that they didn't like. So that was really hard for me. But I think it's really important to your healing journey, and it's really important to have self-respect and make sure that you know exactly what you want, and don't allow people to walk all over you, and don't allow yourself to fall in some type of depression just because you weren't able to express your needs and express your boundaries. So not only do you need to be held accountable in community and be able to accept and receive accountability, but you also have to hold yourself accountable when it comes to this healing. And it really looks like that. It's a lot of accountability when it comes to healing. And a lot of people think that it's all goddamn rainbows and butterflies, but healing is ugly. It's not pretty, it's not cute. It's hard work. It's really self-reflection. It's looking at all the shit that you do that is not okay. It's not cool. It's ugly. And to do that, a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't want to look at themselves and see their flaws and fix their flaws. And I'm not talking about flaws like artificial flaws as far as like what this world thinks that is a flaw, but I'm talking about the things that when we operate like a goddamn oppressor and we operate like somebody that is someone that that wants to take and destroy and kill and you know, live in a frequency that is evil, not or just even like, you know, physical flaws and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's about the flaws that we have in our heart, where we've become bitter, or we've adopted traditions and like behaviors that treat people less than and dehumanize people and treat people as if um, they that everyone shouldn't be respected and that everyone doesn't deserve love. Those type of flaws are the type of flaws that I'm talking about. And so healing is correcting those flaws. Healing is correcting your heart. Healing is taking a look at yourself, putting a mirror up to your face and saying, I got some shit wrong with me that I need to work on. And that shit ain't easy. It's really not. It's really not easy to correct yourself and to let the ego die and allow yourself um to become better, to become better for yourself, for your community, for your children, for your family. It's hard work. It's not cute. And you know, a lot of people, I feel like, think that it's, you know, oh, let me just listen to a frequency, let me just listen to some affirmations, and you know, but I'm still going to be an asshole to everybody in my life. I'm still going to be an asshole to all the people around me. I'm not going to care about what's going on in the world. I'm not going to care about the things that I do, like, you know. And it's so much deeper than just us, right? Like, healing is caring for humanity in general. Like, you should care about recycling. You should care about the war and people dying senselessly for money and for monetary gain. You should care about stuff like that. And to me, that's what healing looks like. You have the capacity to care about others because you've cared for yourself in a way to where you see that in order for you to be healed, in order for you to be happy, in order for people to be safe, that everyone has to be safe, and that someone else in the world that is being harmed, it could be you any day. You could be in their shoes any day. Just because it's far away and you don't see it right in front of you does not mean that it can't be you in the next moment. So I think that when we heal and when we start to have compassion, not only for ourselves, but for others, then we start to see that, oh, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than all of us, and that we all need to um, adopt this aura and this it's a way that you are, and it's operating in love. It's operating in love only. And also taking the time to love outside of yourself, to love humanity, to love all of those around you, to love um, our environment and the the animals and the plants that are around us, because everything is God and God is in everything. And so when you realize that, and you realize that you have to be accountable for your actions with yourself, but also in this world and how you operate in this world. And that's what healing looks like. Healing looks like becoming a good person for the world. And it's not that you're going to change the world and that you have to, it's your responsibility to help every single person in the world, but it's your responsibility to be a good fucking person. Really. That's really what it looks like. And it is your responsibility to inspire others to be a good person. And we have to be accountable for our actions. We have to be accountable for the bad things that we do. Have to be accountable for what we spew out into the world. We have to be accountable just even for simple things like littering. Like, you be throwing trash into the world, and this is the world that God gave us, and it's beautiful trees that we get to look at every day, and you're throwing trash on the ground. That's disrespectful. And you're really not you're not operating in spirit, you're not operating in flow, um you're not walking in a spirit of gratitude, because we should be grateful for every single thing that we have, every single breath, every single blade of grass, every single flower, every single goddamn fly, even though I can't stand flies. But flies have a purpose too. And so um you know, we just have to be grateful for everything that we have. And I think um, being accountable for the times when we are not grateful. Like, how dare you? How dare you not be grateful for everything that you have around you? How dare you complain? How dare you sit here and say with your lips that you have the nerves to be upset, or you have the nerve to be frustrated about something, when you are walking, living, breathing, and have the opportunity to give thanks and have the opportunity to enjoy what's around you. So it's really about perspective. It's really about having a perspective of gratitude. It's really about you know taking the opportunity to hold yourself and others around you accountable when it's time to do so. And sometimes that can look like a pow pow, and sometimes it can look like a it's okay, sis. We're gonna do better. Um, and I really just think that accountability um, is no healing without accountability. Period. It's not. It's all about accountability. It's all about fixing the things, the bad things that we've learned from this society. We've learned a lot of bull, a lot of crap, a lot of things that really don't matter. And now we're relearning. And in order to relearn, we have to be accountable, and we have to realize that the things that we learned were wrong. And so now, when we relearn it, and we're accepting the accountability, and we're going through accountability, that is our opportunity to heal. And so that's all I got today. I gonna hop off. I'm tired. I need to rest. I have not been getting enough rest, so I'm gonna. What the heck? I cannot. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna tap out. Oh, look at my little hair trying to grow. But yeah, I'm gonna tap out. I'll be back tomorrow. I go live every single day talking about my healing journey and just the little gems that I have gathered on the way to healing, and just really um I just really like to talk from a matter of fact point of view, and I really just want to share my point of view when it comes to healing, because I believe that a lot of people may want to heal, and some of the things that may be out there, some other content that may be out there may be far fetched, or it may not be relatable. And so, if someone can relate to my story, and if someone can relate to the things that I'm saying, then it's my responsibility to share how I have healed, and how I'm able to come into more peace, more happiness, more joy, more flow, more spirituality um, through the things that I've went through. And so I'm going to continue sharing that along with other things. So if you're watching this, don't be afraid of accountability. Don't be afraid of being corrected. Don't be afraid of your loved ones and people that mean well for you when they tell you that you're doing something wrong. Don't be afraid to accept that and change and pivot and allow yourself to be corrected. There's nothing wrong with correction. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. Of course, like I said, you want it to be someone who is doing it in love. If someone is putting you down, that's not love. If someone is making you feel less than, that's not love. But if someone is letting you know that you can be better and that you can do better, and they are holding you accountable in a way that they're letting you know that I believe in you. I believe that you can be a better person. I believe that you can be more loving. I believe that you can have more joy. I believe that you can heal other people through your behavior. Then that's how people hold you accountable in love. It shouldn't feel mean. It shouldn't feel hateful. It shouldn't come with yelling or cussing, or they shouldn't be mean to you when they're telling you. They should be saying it in love. And so don't be afraid of accountability. Don't be afraid of you holding your own self accountable. If you notice the flaws in yourself, and you notice that you're being mean, or you're being an asshole to your family or your friends, or you're just doing things that don't help your community to be better, then you have to hold yourself accountable and do better, and do better. And if you can't do better, then you don't want to heal. And if you if you don't want to heal, you don't want to heal. A lot of people, say they want to heal, but they don't want to be held accountable, and um, they don't want to be told what they're doing wrong. And you cannot heal if you're not trying to fix the wrong. If you're not trying to fix your wrongs and make them right. Healing is righteous. Healing is having the utmost integrity. Healing is being in alignment with spirit. It's being in alignment with humanity, with wholeness, with peace, with joy. Is really a spiritual thing. And if you're not willing to do that, then you might need to just kind of move on and do something else and just cut up for a while and wait till you're ready to heal, because you might not be ready if you can't be held accountable, and if can't nobody tell you nothing, and can't nobody let you know that, hey bruh, you out here wilding out, you wilding out, you tripping, bruh. If can't nobody tell you that, you ain't ready to heal. You're not. You're not. Because that's what it takes. It takes that ego dying. The ego has to die in order for you to heal. Because healing looks like healing the people around you, and it looks like being a safe space for people to be around when they're around you. And if you're not trying to be a safe space, you're not trying to heal. All right. Good night. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing a live tomorrow. I do a live every day talking about my healing journey and just simple things, simple, just regular old stuff. It ain't nothing, you know, too outlandish and too crazy. It's just literally my life and the things, the wisdom that I have come upon in my years on this earth and my years doing the work that I've been doing. Just a very simple, down to earth explanation of what it looks like to be on a healing journey. And that's it. So, peace and blessings.